We are halfway through the 2024 year, which is insane to think about, and I want to celebrate that by telling you guys my favorite reads of the year so far. We're going to go month by month, so I'm going to tell you guys my favorite from each of the 6 months so far. Let's get started. My favorite read from January was by far, this is so easy, Fourth Wing. It took me too long to read it. I honestly wish I had read it earlier. I unfortunately got it from the library, so I don't have the physical copy. But I'm probably going to buy the physical copy because I want to have the whole series. It was amazing. The words I have to say about this book, like, I was so sucked in immediately to the world. I do think there could have been more world building for sure, being it's like a fantasy book. It was like more of a beginner fantasy book. And the subplot of romance was so cute. I love Violet and Xaden. They're literally the cutest couple ever. Overall, that book was 5 stars, you guys. Moving on to February, which is my favorite book in the world. As of right now, from everything I've read in my life so far, this is my favorite book I've ever read. Oh, she's my little baby. I love Iron Flame. Guys, okay, this book is like, you know, I've read bigger, but she's a pretty big book. She's over 600 pages. And when I tell you, I read this so fast. It was so good. I thought Fourth Wing was good. Nothing could have prepared me for how freaking good Iron Flame was. The people who think that Fourth Wing is better than Iron Flame also shocks me, because I would 100% all day, every day Iron Flame for sure. Let me show you guys my Goodreads review. It does have spoilers, so don't like read it too close if you haven't read it. I had a lot to say, and this was right after I finished reading it. This is also the only book I have ever tabbed in my life. I'm dying. Like, I've been dying. This book has been all I've been able to think about when I read other books. When I read other books, I'm like, just not as good as this book. Like, best book that's going to be in this video. Get this book. Get this book. Make sure you read Fourth Wing first, of course. But I think almost everyone has read Fourth Wing at this point. Moving on to March. And I love March, okay? I'm so sorry that my favorite book was so early in the year. But the rest of the year is still good. Better than the movies. You guys, I love Liz. Like, Liz is a little angel. She's a little sweetheart. This book is pretty small. The words are like decently big. And it's only around 300 pages, a little over it. It's really, really cute. I think it's very much like reading a movie. I'm so excited for Nothing Like the Movies. Yeah, I was just kicking my feet and giggling the whole time while reading this. Wes is a king. Now moving on to April. It's another Lynn Painter book. It's Betting on You. I loved Betting on You. I did like Betting on You more than I liked Better Than Movies, actually. Nothing is like this book, you guys. Like Glasses and Mr. I don't remember what was his name. Mr. something. I loved the whole trip thing. Like, that was really interesting to me. I got really invested into the story. And I loved that they met the first time forever ago. And then didn't see each other again. And, like, they had this cute little thing going for them, you know? And it was like, oh, we're never single at the same time, but now we are. And, like, they started their job together. Like, I just thought every aspect of it was really, really good for a cute little romance novel. Now for my favorite book of May. It was, again, a book that I had borrowed from the library, but it's Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. This book was so cute. I actually have never read the first one in like the series, Part of Your World. I gave this, again, a 5 stars. The relationship was really good. I love reading about anything with like a doctor, which is why I'm also loving Twisted Hate so far. I love seeing the hospital environment because that is what I want to do. I did want to throw the book across the room most of the time I read it. I'm serious, like, their communication sucked. They both liked each other for so long, and it's so difficult to read when like teenagers in books can't communicate their feelings and admit that they're in love. But when I'm reading that these grown adults have the same issues, I'm like, grow up and tell each other how you feel. Like, stop denying your feelings. It's annoying. But it was really cute, and the end made me so happy, you guys. I loved it. I do. I love a good fake dating trope. Now, for the glorious month of June, my angel, my baby, Twisted Games. I don't know if I like Twisted Love or Twisted Games more, But Twisted Games gave me more to love because it's longer. If Twisted Love was longer, I think it would be my favorite. This story, it's literally giving Princess Diaries. It's so fun. I love the multiple different plots going on. You know, we have Bryce and Bridget, and we have Bridget having to become a queen. Like, that's crazy. I loved that the whole Twisted series has the people from the other books in it too. It really gets you absorbed into the book. She's like my prized possession. In the final months to finish this all off, July, so far, I do think it will stay because it is one of my favorite books that I've ever read. Letters to a Young Poet. I don't know how to describe this book like without saying just read it. This is the long version. This is the version with Ralk and Capus's letters in it. I recommend reading Capus's letters too. I think it's so cute. I think he is literally the sweetest little angel, and I want to give him a hug. I feel so bad for him. And I hate that people put bad words onto Ralk's name, saying he's kind of selfish and a complainer. He literally went through the same things that Capus is complaining to Ralk about and telling him he's struggling with, but he never mentions that because he has enough sympathy and he understands. So he's just there for him and he's helping him. He's giving him advice. He's giving him the words of encouragement that he needs to hear. He doesn't complain. His life sucks. He's poor and a writer that doesn't even own his own work. That sucks. But this is so good, you guys. And actually, I wrote a lot in my book journal about it. This is everything I wrote because of the impact that this book had on me. So here's some of my favorite quotes. And if what's near you is far, then how enormous your whole extent is, reaching all the way up to the stars. Ralk. You know, a lot of this book is about how Capus feels very alone in his life, even though he's surrounded by people. But it's very like sentimental, you know. Love them in a different form. Be considerate of the elderly who fear the loneliness you are learning to trust. From Ralk again. I'm only going to read you guys one more because I don't want to yap your ear off. This patience has taught me the silence that belongs in my most beautiful hours as my confidant. I don't recommend reading this book if you are not in the mindset to read this book. You know what I'm saying? It honestly changes your perspective of the world because you listen more to what Ralk is saying. Go read this. I loved it. Every single one of these books are so amazing and beautiful and brilliant, and I really, really want you guys to read them all. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I had so much fun making it, and I hope I could give you guys some good suggestions on what to read next. I love you guys all so much, and thank you for watching this video.